If you've ever used John Doe, you know how hard it is to utilize the corrupt energy ability to its fullest, even when you think you've mastered it all. So to test this out, we're going to complete all 7 stages of John Doe trapping, where each one gets exponentially harder, and I bet you won't be able to complete level 7. Let's get started with level 1. So level 1 is actually really simple. We're going to go inside the little pool carnival here, and literally all you're going to do is just use the ability. The only thing hard about this is just aiming it, and now just like that you covered up this exit and you also covered up this exit. Now that is really basic, so we're gonna go ahead move on to level 2. Now for level 2 we have what's called the curve. So for example, let's do something like this. Add a little bit of curve, and it kind of, closes off the trap, and then anyone who's in here would be trapped in completely. However, if you did want to make this a little bit harder, give yourself a challenge and come right over here. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try to very precisely curve your spikes along this little structure here so that you cut off the little mini loop. So, if we did something like that, and I'd say that's pretty good enough, If you're lucky, you could even get a little digital footprint here, and voila, the user is completely trapped in here. Now, obviously, curving goes a lot farther than just the average, little curve like this. It could go farther than that. For example, I like to, whenever I have a survivor up against a wall like this, mid-chase, you could go ahead, put a little bit of curve on it, and it kind of sort of creates something like, okay, hold on, I accidentally left a little bit of space here. Okay, this time, oh my gosh, I messed that up as well. Oh, that's embarrassing. Level like 200 John Doe, by the way. Okay, 3rd time's the charm. There we go, that should be good. Yep, that looks pretty good. So this will essentially trap them in without wasting spikes. And what I mean by wasting spikes is, like, if you were to do it just straight, although I think I got it this time, yeah, I did get it this time, there is a good chance that you might run out of spikes, only because I think just due to like mathematics and stuff, if you were to aim straight towards the wall and then kind of curve away from the wall to give them a little opening, that does use less spikes and also gets you to the wall, which will essentially trap in the user. So there we go. That's level 2. Let's move on to level 3. Oh, what the heck? John Doe, are you good, buddy? Now for level 3, we have something very similar, but it's called the reverse curve. This is where you actually curve the spikes, but not to trap them in. So you're not doing something like this, where it's kind of just trapping them in here. Instead, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be throwing out a reverse curve, where you're actually going to be curving that way, making sure to connect the dots, basically. You're connecting the spikes to this container, and then finally this container, so that, you could pretty much just like cut off these mini loops. And essentially what this does, and why this could be more efficient than a normal curve, is this kind of traps them into this little area here, while also making sure that if they're all the way back here, or like if they're even over here, for example, let's throw an even harder reverse curve. Now, if they're all the way back here, you could like 100% trap them in. And I mean, I did leave a mini loop here. They could loop around here and then just kind of run away, but I think this is a pretty solid trapping. Now, this could also be used on other locations. For example, I will show you here. You could do something like this. Kind of just throw out a reverse curve, where if they were over here, then it would still trap them in, as opposed to if you did something like a straight curve. If you just did this, that's not going to trap them in if they're like over here. So pretty much the whole premise of a reverse curve is that it just gives more leniency when trapping. For example, I could reverse curve it all the way over there. Look at that. That is so clean. Oh my gosh. And they only have one like real mini loop that they could go around to escape, but like, ooh, that's a good trap right there. Alright, that's it for level 3. Now let's move on to something a little harder. Now for level 4, I like to call this one the double straightaway. Now this one finally utilizes the shift locking ability. The way this works is if you try to trap this entire section just completely straight down the middle, if we go over here, it doesn't quite reach. Now this is where our fun friend named Shift Lock comes into play. See, you could go right around here. It doesn't really matter. There's a lot of leniency here. So I like to go right against this table, use your ability, and then wait about half a second, and then shift lock. And it should look something like this, where this is cut off, and then this should be cut off. Yep, there we go. Alright, that was really easy though. If you want to get harder... Wait, that sounded wrong. You could go ahead onto Horror Hotel. Come on over to this room right here. This is just one example that I found. You kind of face like right against this wall here. So like this, and then use your ability and hopefully something like that works. Yep, there we go. So it cuts off this whole part, and then it also, don't mind this spike here, also cuts off this. So this one is very situational though, because this is a very small space, so the survivor has a lot of time to just outrun the trap before the spikes actually appear, which is why this comes in handy when you know, like catch a survivor off guard. This can also come handy on this map here, where you kind of just do this and then pretty much instantly shift lock, and that may have worked. Yeah, that works because of the crazy hitboxes. Okay, there we go. So now you could essentially just trap someone if they were on that generator. Put a footprint here. Let me just throw up some spikes again. There we go. That should work. And they are completely trapped in. That's nice. Let's go. Also, this is a little bit of foreshadowing, as I will be back here a little bit later in the video. But let's move on to level number 5. Now for level 5, we have the 3-way curve. Now, as hard as it sounds, well actually it is kind of hard, but pretty much what this is it's like a 180 curve, where it works usually on maps that have these big rooms where there's like multiple exits, specifically Horror Hotel, which is why we're on this map right now. If you wanted to go ahead, place a footprint here, and then let's say you were trying to cut off all 3 of these exits without making it too sloppy or not giving enough room to actually catch the survivor in. You want to pretty much go ahead and try to put out the most... It's really hard. It's going to take us a few tries, but pretty much we're trying to cut off all 3 of these exits. This one is obviously going to be the hardest, as we don't have a lot of spikes to work with. Also, might as well try to cut off this mini loop in the middle, so something like this, except this also doesn't give a lot of room, because let's say the survivor was on the outside over here, they're able to escape through here, they could escape through here. So let's try giving ourselves a little more leniency by kind of extending it out a little bit. Was that it? Oh, wait. I think that works. Yep, look at that. Wow. Now that is quite a trap. Although it doesn't cut off this mini loop here, it doesn't, allow the survivor to escape really, because there's a footprint here, and before the spikes disappeared, you were able to see that they very perfectly cut off this exit and the one over here, while also covering this one. So, okay, you know what? I decided, what if we try it over here instead? That was... Oh no, I'm stuck! What the heck? Okay, I went way too close to the wall. Okay, let's move a little bit farther, and that was not good. There are gaps in the spikes. Oh, that was good. Oh my gosh, please don't say there's any gaps. Yes, there we go. Look at that. That's a good trap right there. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 point curve right there. We cut off 3 exits all at once without using a footprint. So yeah, it's pretty hard to pull off, but would it be good if you did pull it off mid-game? Yes, it would. It would be very good. So if you could pull it off, that's great. If not, I wouldn't worry too much. I honestly don't use it that much. Alright, so like I said, we are back on this map again. So you may have seen something on TikTok or YouTube where they basically trap this exit here, this one over here, and the one up here. How do they do it? Well, it's this really hard maneuver. I'm pretty good at John Doe, you know, like level 230 or something, but I don't even know if I could pull this off. So pretty much how it's going to work, we're going to use our ability here, wait about a half a second so that it covers this, turn that way so that it covers up here, and then finally top it off by moving that way so that it hopefully covers this exit here. Now, honestly, I've never tried this before, so it is going to take a few tries. Let's just go for it. Oh, I turned way too slowly. Oh my, what the heck? What is this? Where are the spikes going? Okay. Yeah, this is going to take a few tries. I think this is our third try here. Let's go. I turned way too much. Okay, so we did... No, we didn't. Okay. Did I at least get the... Okay, one spike. Really? One spike? Is this supposed to do something? One spike. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Boom. And then... Oh, I turned really slowly. Oh, wait a minute. This is trapped off. Hold on. Oh. It looks like I turned too slowly as I expected, because there's spikes there, but they weren't over here. Oh, that hurts. I'm wondering if my position is off, maybe. Wait, that felt good. That felt good. No, it did not. Oh my gosh. Oh, I trapped this off. Yeah, you can't go through here. Okay, it's just I turned too quickly here. Okay, I'm wondering if maybe we gotta move backwards a little bit? Maybe? That? Oh no! I was gonna say that felt good. What the fuck? Where are these spikes going? Where are they going? Don't know where these spikes are going. Oh, that looks good. Oh my... No!
Guys, you gotta move over a little bit, okay? This is not playtime. We're trying to, like, trap stuff here.
Okay, let's try again. That felt good. Oh my gosh, can you escape? No, wait. Wait. No, you can escape through that. Did I get... Oh, I got this part! Okay, that's huge. I felt the muscle memory on that one. I think I could recreate that. That might have worked. What? Oh my god. Okay, whatever this works. I meant whatever this is works. It works, I guess. Oh my gosh, wait, did I actually do it? Wait, because you can't go over here. I think that's trapped up. You can't go through here, really. And then... I think that was it. Oh my gosh. That took at least like 30 tries. Oh my. I am glad to finally be over with that. Done and over with. Oh, yeah, I think that's it. Alright. Now, before we move on to the final level, I do also just want to add a little bonus in here as part of level 6, where you pretty much combine the idea of shift lock and curving. Now, what I mean by that is, if you place your footprint right here, and then you stand like right around here, and then you use your ability, wait a little bit, and I might have actually just done it first try. Nope, I didn't. There's a gap right here. Pretty much what this does is it closes off this exit right here. You have the footprint that stops people from going here, and then you pretty much just curve so that you cut off this area. Let's try again real quick. That looked, oh my gosh, that might have been it. Yep, This is closed off. Footprint stops you from going here. This is perfectly curved. Yeah, look at that. That's great. Let's go. Alright, now it's time to move to the final level. I am not excited for this at all. Alright, now for the final level, this is called the complete trap. Now, I have literally only seen like one video of someone actually doing this, but this is when you completely trap in a survivor. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to pull this off, but we're gonna try for at least like the next hour and see if I could do this. So let's just go for our first attempt here. We pretty much just have to like... That was horrible. What the... Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, so I think we want to like aim a little bit to the left and then quickly... Oh no, you could see the vision, but like I didn't quite get it. Come on, bud, get back in there. Alright, here we go. Oh, that was a good attempt. Oh my gosh. I think I did not mean to place a footprint. I think I had a good turn here, but then I didn't turn back quick enough. What was that? What the heck? Holy airball, what is this? It looks like John Doe had like a stroke midway through. Oh my gosh. I did not turn it enough. Okay, you know, I'm gonna turn up my sensitivity. Okay, this is really high up. Yeah, okay, I got this. Watch this. Watch this first try. Completely misses the survivor. Oh my gosh. Welcome back to another episode of how long is it going to take me to get one useless trick shot. Maybe I'm not doing the aiming correctly. Like, look at that. If Elliot was right in the middle of those three spikes, that would have worked. It might be montage time. It might just be. No, wait a minute, look at this. You can't go through here. If I go around, you can't go through here, and here you... No! What? Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. I had it, but I didn't actually, like, trap Elliot. Dude, what? Wait, don't tell me you could go through this. Oh my gosh. I literally did it again. You can't go through that side, you can't go through this side. What the heck? Oh my god. No way. No! Why are you over here? Get in here. Bro, this would have worked. I think. No, I got something close to it. This might have worked. This looks like it would have worked. That's like the third time I got it, but without Elliot actually being in the trap. No way. Oh my gosh. Why is there such a big gap? Okay, I've literally been at this for 40 minutes so far. I'm literally gonna try one more time and then that's it. Okay, here we go. Last attempt. Oh, I forgot to give him regeneration, but it doesn't really look like it would have worked anyways. Hold on, last attempt, like for real. That's close enough. Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to like actually get him trapped in. I was able to get like the little like triangular 3 spike formation, but I did not actually trap him in. To make up for it, here's a cool trap that you could do with no cooldown. Look at that, oh my god. 0% survival. Oh, I can't even get in. Okay, that's great. There we go. Rah! Yeah, there we go. Just consider this like level 8 or something, because you can't actually do this in a real lobby. Alright, here comes some spikes. Oh god.